Sure. I mean, we live in a world of abundant content, digital content. People are data rich, but information poor. And there's still a very important role to be played by journalists in indeed clearing what I call the blog fog, and indeed telling people what's verifiable, what is true, and indeed what is perhaps relevant to them. So there's always a role for editors in the world, and more than ever before in the digital age. There's only so much information that people can ingest every day. So a trusted quality brand in journalism, it's more relevant in the digital age than ever before because of the abundance of it. So we describe journalists as now having to become journalists, meaning that they have to indeed have different skills and not just tell us what happened, when it happened and where it happened, but tell us why it happened, what's next, and what it means to me. That is the job of a storyteller, of a journalist, and that's something very much in demand nowadays. You want to be indeed told if a government policy is going to impact your life, what might happen next, so you can be an informed member of a society, of a community. As a consumer, you want to be known if products are reliable and if somebody's telling the truth and so on. So journalists have always played a very important role in society. If you kill journalism, you kill really freedom, because they are indeed the ones that contrast and challenge established views and perhaps political views that are manipulated. So indeed, journalists have to go deeper than just tweeting, just Facebooking away. They have to go back to basics. They have to do what a good journalist does, which is to go out in the street and to find stories, and not just sit behind a desk and just type away at a computer, but to meet people, to describe what they see, to describe the way they look, the way they behave, and to tell you, readers, what they found in this face-to-face world, not just a Facebook world.
You've also presented a newsroom design wherein journalists, designers, and developers are grouped together. I was wondering, what was the rationale behind this teaming up of the three people?
Well, we are at a time in history where we have to develop content for not just the brain, but also for the eyes, for the ears, and for the fingers. And that means designing content which we call digital narratives that indeed you can manipulate with your hands, that you can look at and absorb and consume in a very different way. So we've gone beyond just a text-based narrative, and you can only achieve these new digital narratives if you bring into the mix a developer. Somebody can write code, somebody that can write content and experiences that you can manipulate with your hands as well as your eyes and your ears.
Do you imagine a near future wherein newspapers will be augmented digitally, like a form of smart paper, or the way we access them through apps on iPad?
Yes, of course, that's already happening. I mean, tablets are indeed recapturing the experience of print, in the sense that you can have a beginning and an end. The mistake that sometimes is made is to turn apps into web experiences, and they're not to be like webs. It's an app, it's a different experience. So as publishers, you can recapture a beginning and an end, a narrative, which is very, very important for us consumers. We all love to say, I finished the book, I finished the magazine. It's something that we need as humans to finish a cognitive process. And this can be done with tablets and with other digital devices.